it the way we do. Okay. So find a technically Trek and then oh, what the hell? Our audio is supposed to be muted.
Attention crew, it's time to make it so. Reporting for duty are your fearless co-hosts, Crewman PVG, bringing the logic, Crewman Magix, keeping it bold, and Crewman Tommy, ready with the photon torpedo of hot takes. From classic episodes to new frontiers, Klingon phrases to Starfleet trivia, no quadrant is off limits. So grab your tricorder, set your phasers to fun, and prepare for another warp speed ride through the final frontier. This is Technically Trek.
Laying a course, maximum warp.
Aye, Captain.
Engage.
Oh, and then we'll do it again.
Kapla! Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Technically Trek podcast. We're going to talk Trek, and not like mountain bike Trek. We're going to talk Star Trek. Oh, I'm funny today. I'm Crewman Tommy, by the way. Let's go around the horn and meet the panel. Let's start with Crewman Magix.
What up?
Let's jump over to Crewman PVG.
Good evening. This
There
is
we
Crewman
go.
PVG
Oh, yeah.
from
we're not
Alpha
done?
Quadrant.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're doing more?
Cool.
In
Yeah,
your
it's good.
neighborhood, your local neighborhood soul system.
Friendly neighborhood soul system.
Third planet from the sun.
Just
That's right.
dribbling
You
shit out
know,
there, huh?
we actually forgot that it was the third planet from the sun last week. Say hello to
But are we
Chief
the
Scott
third?
in the chat.
are we the
Chief.
fourth?
And you know, when you see Chief Scott 1701, you're thinking, oh, he's like Chief O'Brien. But no, Chief has another meaning when it comes to Chief Scott, but we won't get into that. We won't get into that. But it's not just Chief O'Brien related. It's top secret. By the way, we're live if you're watching us Sunday, August 9th at 9 p.m. Eastern. Oh my goodness. Grab a drink, everybody. I've got mine. I've got my North Carolina moonshine. It's vanilla style. What do you got, PVG?
I am drinking Surfside iced tea and vodka.
All right.
Good stuff.
We're allies
Something
to
new.
the community, as you can see. Magix, what do you got?
Whatever I made in this. I don't know.
Oh, it's concoction. Looks healthy, though. Is it healthy?
Is it healthy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm trying to find our feed on TikTok.
All right, go to
Make me have to
Technically
log
Trek.
in.
Go to Technically Trek, and then there should be a little red circle around the profile, and you can click on it, and you'll go to the live stream. Then you can test your finger tapping.
Well, I would. This make me have to spell out the whole thing.
You notice on the camera I backed off of myself a little. See how I'm smaller?
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
And you're big.
You're like tiny.
I'm like a little man.
Little feller.
I didn't tell you this story, but I think I told Magix on the pod last night when we were doing a little test stream. I got a phone call from a scammer.
Oh,
And he was trying to get my
you on the
information.
feed last night.
Oh, yeah, you jumped on.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah, you may not have heard the story.
No.
So I had, and in the caller ID, it actually shows up as Navy Federal. So I don't know if they're just rolling the dice or maybe Navy Federal had a breach or something and they got some names.
Breach.
But the guy called me. Now, some
where did that come
scammer
from?
with the Navy Federal caller ID called me a couple weeks ago. Oh, Willie in the chat.
Willie.
Willie the
The
Worm.
master of
Willie
reality is
Beeman.
here. Man with a plan.
No doubt. Mr. Willie. Mr. Captain Bev himself, right?
Yeah. Willie, we were looking for a guest tonight.
Jump in the American Muscle.
Yeah.
Oh, so I got called by a scammer. Now, a couple weeks ago, I got called by a scammer, and the caller ID showed Navy Federal. And, I mean, I thought it was real. Up until, like, about 7 minutes in, he started asking me if I could give him the numbers on my debit card.
Huh.
So I kind of strung that guy along for another 15 minutes. Just had fun with it. Giving him a bunch of fake credit card numbers I found online. It's TrekBot. TrekBot, he was our man of the hour last week.
Play him a song.
From New York City.
Now, we tried the playing of the song. But I will be playing a song later. I do have a surprise for everybody.
Uh-oh.
It's a song from Una Chen Riley, by the way. If you watch the episode of Strange New Worlds, you know what it's going to be. Hello to TrekBot, IB, a.k.a. Mr. Sci-Fi Fan 2. I got called by a scammer a couple weeks ago. I toyed with the guy, and then I hung up because I got bored over time. Well, another scammer from the same phone number called me. Now, I'm just going to say, the first guy that called me, I could tell was a black dude. The guy that called me most recently, I could tell was a Mexican dude. So here's what happened. I was just telling Patty's mom, I swear to God, this is so weird. I was just telling Patty's mom how some scammer tried to call me and she needs to be careful. Oh, Willie gonna bring the brisket? Willie's bringing the brisket?
All right.
Oh, hell yeah. All right.
That'll work.
Bring that brisket, that shredded pork. Okay. Ooh, and some mac and cheese. All right, so we're very easily entertained.
Heck yeah.
By
You're very easily distracted.
by barbecue.
Squirrel.
ADD. Yeah, so this guy called me the other day, and I had just told crewman Patty's mom the story, and I mean, just like magic, my phone rang, and it said Navy Federal Credit Union on the caller ID, and I said, oh my God, they're calling me right now to scam me. So I put it on speaker, and I said, hello! And the guy was like, is anybody there? And I said, hello, I'm here. He said, can you speak up a little? And I said, wow, I'm already talking pretty loud. Are you sure you can't hear me? He said, no, please talk louder. And I said, look, I'm talking very loud already. And I was practically yelling at the phone. I said, do you think you might need to turn your headset up? And this guy said to me, talk louder like a man. I'm like, and Patty's mom is looking at me like, oh my God, is this really happening? And I said, look, I'm talking very loud, very manly. Maybe you need to turn up your headset. And he said, look, talk louder like a man and stop talking like a little bitch.
Oh, no.
I mean, it went on for...
yeah, I got that, by the way.
It went on for a few more minutes, but this guy, he was like, he must have known right off the bat. I already knew it was a scam. Or maybe his buddy said,
right.
You know, this guy knows
You
it's...
got a live one here.
Yeah.
Let's call him back up.
But they did have me, he did string me along the first time for like 15 minutes. Well, like I said, 7 minutes in, I knew it was fake. And I was looking online for fake credit card numbers to give him, but that was probably the most excitement of my week.
Wow.
I mean, it's not every day you get to have that kind of fun confrontation. It's kind of fun.
Willie has he has our order in.
Oh, thank you, Willie. We're allies to the Willie community. Happy heart fingers for Willie. How are we doing on TikTok, by the way?
Good.
Oh, if you're watching us on TikTok, hello. I know last week we were on TikTok as well, but last week you couldn't hear us and you couldn't see Magics. Now you can see Magics. Because last week the TikTok was just coming from my phone and it was just pointing at us because it wasn't approved last week.
John Smith sent us a heart.
Oh, John Smith. John Smith. Happy heart fingers for John Smith. Boom. And
Tap, tap, tap. Tap,
PV,
tap, tap.
yeah, tap that screen. PVG is going to give you the one-handed happy heart fingers. There.
AKA, PVG's going to air dick you.
That's a little different. All right. I'm going to jump into...
Crazy Train joined.
Does anybody have any stories? I mean, I got my credit card scam story off my chest. Who's got a story real quick? Anything interesting happened to you this week?
Watch Strange New World.
Ugh, let's get into that later. What you got, Magics?
Man.
You go to Jollibee and go get some spaghetti and hot dog?
I F and R'd OBS, and I'm rebuilding that from scratch as we speak.
Man, that is a several day process, though. But I mean, I guess you're just...
I'm keeping it simple. Like,
yeah.
I am trying not to get into the way I used to be. Like how we used to go to Fry's and be like, ha, I know you secretly made bets like he's gonna drop $50 on some shit he don't need today. And I would. And I think if I had enough willpower to be like, I don't need it, you would find a way so you could secretly win, like, I got him to spend $50. I'm trying not to add as much junk onto the OBS. I'm only creating the shit that I need.
Yeah.
Like I'm not creating a bunch of Star Trek scenes like I did before, even though we're on this podcast. I'm not in control of it. So any kind of scenes that I have with an L cars and all that fancy shit, none of it's going to matter. So there's no need for me to have it here.
Chief Scott says he went to the stock car races. Now, where are these stock car races? Highland, probably?
Yeah.
They're at the stock. They're at the stockyards.
Okay.
Everybody knows.
Do they have like a demolition derby? Is that really a thing? Like, is the one of the races of the stock car race when you go to those like those farm towns? Do they do the demolition derby?
They do. Not yesterday.
Okay, like in Footloose, right? Where they have the school bus. Remember the demolition derby?
Cars.
Chief Scott did a demolition derby. Him and his daughter.
Wow.
Crazy.
When was this? Last week?
This was years ago.
Was it the coffee truck?
No.
Oh. It wasn't Footloose? No, the new Footloose did, though. The new Footloose did.
There's a new one?
Footloose 2020 did.
Yeah, the one with Miley Cyrus.
Oh, boy.
And Miles
Chicken
Teller.
with tractors? Oh, no. Yes. The remake.
That's what it was.
Okay. I remember now, Crewman Sherry. Yes, the original Footloose with Kevin Bacon, they did do Chicken with Tractors.
And his shoelace got stuck on the pedal.
Yes. Julianne Ho.
Oh, snap, son. You know what? You know what I can see? Is if I use my computer, it tells me how many hearts I'm dropping.
What?
Yeah, I just hit 100 right now.
On your computer?
I'm on the computer. I went to TikTok.
How are you dropping hearts on your computer? You can't tap.
I'm just clicking I'm clicking the heart icon.
Oh my goodness. How many have you dropped?
Lots.
I've dropped.
What are we up to
I'm at
on likes?
1,500 right now.
I don't know how to
We're at 1.1K.
Top left corner.
1,000.
Okay.
I'm going to get us to
we need to get up to 100K.
1.5.
Let's get up to 100K taps, people.
No, bam. Look at that. I got us to 1.2.
Magic's is pretty fast with the fingers.
But I'm using... Oh, I wonder
He's pretty well known for that.
Wait, I wonder if I could use the keyboard.
Oh, do you have like one of your gaming shortcuts?
I don't game on the computer.
Oh.
But I've now dropped 350 hearts. since we've been talking. Just took number 2.
Ooh.
I'm gaining on PBG.
Oh,
Look, and I just started seconds ago.
You turned it back up to 25? PBG will not be beat. And that goes up to 99, by the way. Oh, my TV just went to sleep.
Oh, they all went to sleep. See, that's what you
Good
get.
alert.
PVG did that shit.
Oh, no, it's back. It's back. He was tapping too fast. All right, let's jump into Trek Talk.
The flux capacitor of the tachyon inverse pulsing PVG. You got to slow it down. Can't be
you don't want to hit warp 10. Drive. If you hit warp 10, then we all turn into salamanders.
Dang, you need to change that battery.
Yo, Willie, man. Why you put Willie on blast like that?
Oh, you saying that's that was Willie's? That's Willie's house?
Yeah, because that's way too loud to be from my house. I took all the batteries out of my smoke detector. I don't give a fuck if this motherfucker burns down.
That's what we all used to do.
Just take them out.
Stop that thing from chirping. Just take the battery out.
Family apartments, we definitely did that. Fuck that.
Yep. Ain't nobody got no smoke alarms. All right. I don't know if I should give my thoughts on this new episode of Strange New Worlds. Strange New Worlds.
Wait. Before you give your thoughts, PVG, have you watched it?
I did.
All right, PVG, you give your score first.
Ooh, first score.
The 0. No. I take that back. I give it a 1.
All right. Magix.
I'm giving it at least a 5.3. I got to watch it again, though, to reevaluate.
I'm going to do like on The Price is Right. I am going to go 0. Dude, that episode, you know what it made me realize is I really don't like this Scotty, and I still don't like Ortega. And to make them the central characters of this episode, it was just a lose-lose for me. I don't want to harp on that. I don't want to lose anybody like I lost crewman Karen a few months ago because of my negativity with Starfleet Academy. But my God, that episode was so bad. The episode, I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to be funny. The jokes were falling flat. The references, the trying to be The Hangover was not working. Trying to be Dude, Where's My Car was not working. It was a miss all around for me. I'm gonna go 0.1. 0.1.
I'm not gonna hate on it like that. I'm gonna go ahead and say it was a decent.
TrekBot saying 3.
I want to say it was a decent filler episode for some of the other shit that they left us with. I think that's what it was meant to be, is a palate cleanser. And I don't know. I mean, I want to say at first I thought this was just a pure filler. It could have been put anywhere, but they tied the story together. But A, it wasn't Section 31. B, it wasn't as bad as like the top 5 bad episodes of Starfleet Academy. So right there's like your 5 points.
Honestly, I don't know. You know what? Starfleet. See, and this is what happens with Star Trek: is something worse comes along. Starfleet Academy actually got a little boost because of this.
But Section 31 didn't.
Well, Section 31.
See, I liked how it tied in that deep down Uhura is a freak.
I didn't like any of that. It didn't make sense to me.
Because it's not, hey man, it's like Ron Burgundy, man. So that Nobody knows what it means.
I know, but it wasn't funny is the problem. Like,
Man, it wasn't meant to be funny. It was meant to be like, look,
I think it was meant to be funny. I think it was meant to be a comedy episode.
I think overall it was, but it was in a non-comedic style. That's why I was saying I like the fact that Uhura was a freak. Uhura, the quietest person on the ship, turned out to be the most lively person off duty. And that was kind of dope. I also like the fact that I want to say there's got to be some tie-ins with this. Ryza and what was Q's son's name? Tremaine. Trelane.
Yeah.
Like I have a feeling that he's tied in with us somehow. And maybe not, but again, I like the fact that Kirk slapped the shit out of Spock. Yeah. I found that funny as fuck. And Pike tried to pull a what was the movie that Adam Sandler did where he has to give the speech? And the guy was like, "We are all dumber for whatever the shit you just said is. You get no points." Where he has to go back to school. I forgot what it is, but that part was a little bit humorous. The doctor part, not really, not so much. But I kind of see how PTSD could tie into that. But the other question is this: how did the Klingons get? Was it Debbie Harry? Who does that song? Turn Around.
Bonnie Tyler.
Was it Bonnie Tyler? Yeah, Bonnie Tyler. How did the Klingons get Bonnie Tyler? And where is the other music from the era? I mean,
well, supposedly the Klingons are big into power ballads.
I mean, shit. Play some Guns N' Roses, November Rain. They got a whole bunch of other shit.
Right,
like
but
Bonnie Taylor.
What's disappointing is that because this is a prequel, you would think that at some point Worf or Jadzia or somebody who was rocking somebody
would have been referencing, classical Klingon, and you would have this Bonnie Taylor cover.
Yep. Because they always just talked about Klingon opera. But what about Klingon power ballads?
Exactly. So I thought that was kind of cool. It didn't take itself too serious, but it took itself serious enough.
At what point, though? I mean, here's my question: at what point are we done with fillers? Right? Because we need meat.
You can't have any fillers at this point with so many episodes per season now.
Man, I think you can. I think you can.
And think about this: we still got the puppet episode coming up.
That's next week.
We don't have.
Are you saying that this could be better than the puppet episode?
No, what I'm saying is we have the attention span of an elephant compared to today's society of kids that have the attention span of Dora at 121 Willoughby Lane. You know, that's what it is. And so, yeah, this is a filler episode for them because they don't put out long story arcs. Like, I mean, think about it. Like, even at the original TOS, even with those out of order, you still had some. Yes, Billy Madison. You're right. Thanks for that, Spencer Bowman. And the TikTok
that's Crewman Sherry.
Spencer Bowman?
No, Crewman Sherry. Who said Billy Madison?
It says Spencer Bowman.
Oh, on my screen it says Cool SIL. What's happening here?
Mine says Spencer Bowman on TikTok.
Oh, so that must be another viewer then. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
TikTok, you're there for us. Appreciate
Billy
that.
Madison?
Oh, PVG is supposed to be monitoring our TikTok.
He's not. He's just tapping away with his tiny heart hands.
What are we at?
He has little heart hand syndrome. Little one-handed heart syndrome.
All right, keep it going. Keep it going. We need to get to 100K.
PVG's single hand heart is this.
That's me.
Just that. See, look, it forms a heart. Just the thing.
Hey, Willie is
Right where
giving
the
you a
vein
shout
goes.
out. Crewman Willie is giving you a shout out for mentioning the best parts of the episode.
All right, I appreciate that. But yeah,
PVG, break that episode down from your perspective.
yeah,
Shore
PVG,
leave.
Tell us about it.
Shore leave episode.
Yeah.
And it was really lame jokes. It wasn't funny. It wasn't. I don't know. It's terrible. It was the worst.
Was it terrible
Strange
or
New
was
Worlds.
it terrible?
It was terrible.
Terrible?
Here's the reason why I'm hard on it, and I think PVG's being hard on it. I said hard
Take
on
your
it.
too hard on it and put them together for one
Start a
big,
fire.
heavy heart fan. Just rub your two twigs together.
I think the thing is we just expect more. If this were Starfleet Academy, we would expect it to be bad. But when it's Strange New Worlds, we expect it to be good.
Man. But that's the thing. It's kind of like what I was griping on earlier today. It's the world is okay with this. General society
Doesn't mean
is
I am
okay with it.
Oh, I'm
so
not
remember
okay.
how before you used to say
Crazy eyes.
you mentioned
Crazy
something
eyes.
about
Eyes, man.
the tiniest group of people make the loudest noise, and executives and producers fall to their needs.
Right.
We are now becoming the tiny voice. We're like, yo, this is bullshit, and no one's listening to it. They're like, no, man, that's how it is. All you old timers, we don't want 22 season runs. We want funny. We want our attention span to be filled to the maximum for 22 minutes per episode, and we only want to watch you for 8 times and then go do something different.
Do you think Alex Kurtzman, who was responsible for this show and Starfleet Academy, part of the writing crew and everything, do you think he already knew he was getting fired when they came in and new owners bought Paramount? Did he already know he was getting fired? And, it's kind of like at my company, if they know they're going to fire you, they take away your access because they know that you might go in there and do some crazy shit. But they obviously let this dude, Alex Kurtzman, still do things with access. They still let him make shows, knowing he was going to get fired. And this is what he did. And he's obviously showing no love to Trek. I mean, whether it's funny or not, or whether it's good entertainment, at the core, I don't see this as being Trek. At its core.
No, absolutely. I think the audience that this was aimed for was not us.
It was this audience.
Yeah.
Happy heart fingers.
The little,
chat. What up,
Tap,
chat?
tap, tap, tap,
Get in
tap,
there,
tap.
chat.
Everybody tap.
Come on, chat. Get us up to 100K, chat. You can do it, chat.
If you guys don't do it, we're going to have to just go ahead and end this stream.
Come on, chat. We're going to end the stream right now, chat. If you don't
end the stream if you
tap,
don't
tap,
go ahead
tap.
and tap that, man. All you got to do is tap it.
Yes.
Tap that
hard.
screen.
Don't forget to send us that daily heart me and a go popular and a galaxy if you've got some credits.
Send us that galaxy, and we'll go ahead and keep going on the Trek podcast. If
Send
you
us
don't,
some
we're gonna have
roses.
to chat. We're gonna.
All right,
Have
we're doing a 2-minute countdown. We're gonna end the stream. No, this is the audience.
You like that shit, right?
This
You
is
got
the
2
audience
minutes.
that this guy is writing for.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's this
And
audience.
that's the shit that I was talking about this week. Exactly. You got 2 minutes, chat. 2 minutes. Come on, we got to get there, chat.
Keep it going, everybody.
If you can't get us there, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream.
Don't forget, PVG needs a new pair of Skechers, so get in there and send us those Go Populars.
Oh, we'll even take 1,000 roses. If you could get us 1,000 roses, we'll go ahead and get the PVG New Balance, and we'll go ahead and continue the stream.
And whoever does a repost,
yours.
PVG will follow you if you repost.
No,
Repost with a dolphin, and he'll give you happy heart fingers.
it's porpoises.
He love you long time.
Yes, one repost.
Wow, that was racist.
If you give a share PVG will give you a half heart finger, and if you give a repost, he'll give you a two-handed heart finger.
I thought you were going to say a reach around. He'll reach around and give you the heart fingers.
Tap the screen, by the way. All right, so at the end of the day, Magix gave it a 5 point.
I'm going to give it a 5-0 for right now. I need to rewatch it because I was listening. So here's the reason why. I was able to listen to the majority of it without having to see it. But I do want to go back and see some of the scenes to see if I missed something, especially with that whole bomb thing. But I
you're
think
not missing much.
I don't think I missed much at all.
Magic, I had to watch it 3 times
To get through the whole thing?
I
Why,
think,
'cause you
what's
kept falling
going on
asleep?
here? No, it was just terrible. I'm thinking, what is going on here? They go from one thing to another.
One thing.
Well, I knew it was going to be
One.
convoluted because it was going to be like The Hangover. But
But the Hangover
honestly
was
think
kind of entertaining.
The Hangover was. I think it would have been better if they would actually have expanded on some of the other stories.
Yeah.
Like who was in the party with Uhura? Like, what was that party like? We only got to see inside the front door.
That would have been
I would have liked
entertaining.
to have seen inside the party.
Who wants to do
have liked
shots?
I would have liked to have
Right,
seen.
have some Orions in, like Orion twins, some Andorian.
Right.
I mean, have some characters in there.
I want to see why. I want to see why number one loved Klingon opera by Bonnie Taylor. How that came about, and there was another story. We already know where Spock got his from. That was from the Mind Meld. We had an entire episode on that, so we don't really care about that. But then it would have been nice to actually have a visual, emotion recap of how that night went.
Yeah.
Instead of like the Hangover pictures, which has been done by so many people, there's not enough context of what everyone's doing in the pictures to show what happened. It would kind of be like if you've ever watched the movie Project X,
Yeah.
it would be like taking 20 pictures from that and saying, "Oh, here's a funny moment. The guy's in the pool on top of a car. How the fuck did the car get there?" Like, and we're not talking like show like a 5-minute scene. We're saying like a 30-second recap of, "Yo, we got an argument. I bet you won't. I bet you it will. Oh shit, he's doing it. Car's in the pool."
I think
Same thing with Ortega's. "Oh yeah, you're gonna steal it. You're gonna steal it. Oh yeah, I'll put it inside a cast and we'll never lose it. I don't trust you. I bet you won't. I bet you I will." Cast is on. How did Pike decide? Why did Pike decide to get tattooed?
this motherfucker.
Drunk as shit. Drunk.
PVG just dropped everything. Dropped my Stream Deck.
Breaking stuff.
Buttons popping off of the Stream Deck.
Damn, son.
Be right
Yeah, that
back.
could be fucked up. I dropped mine and it don't work like it should.
The tapper's busted.
I fixed.
The tapper's dangling like a wet noodle.
No, it's good. Just saying.
No, the problem I have is after this episode, I realize Scotty is just not vibing like Scotty.
And he's too young to be even on there.
I don't like this Scotty now. I'm realizing I don't like this Scotty. He's not like Scotty. He needs to evolve into the Scotty we know, Chief Scott. He's not I don't see this character ever being a young Scotty. And Ortega,
But does Scotty know?
I just got a beef with
Scotty
Ortega.
doesn't know. Scotty
I don't
doesn't
like
know.
Ortega's
Scotty
attitude.
doesn't know.
I don't think she shows respect for the command structure. You know what? Maybe you need something else to set that on. It's already fallen twice.
Right there.
Because it keeps
in the
fucking
chair.
up.
There we go. All right. Let's talk about tonight being episode number 78.
Tonight's the night. tonight.
78. Like GRP. GRP's into hundreds of episodes. We're into episode 78. We do one episode a week. We're not like blasting out multiple episodes a week, but
Before I forget though, how come there was no Phil Collins Klingon power ballads? Phil Collins
That would have been good.
Power ballads. I think that would have been dope as shit.
they should have had more than one song. I think Total Eclipse of the Heart was great, but I think there should have been a second one, like a Phil Collins or a Chicago or something, like from Karate Kid.
Oh my God!
I am the man who will fight for your
It's in the name.
honor.
It's in the lyrics. I will fight for your honor.
That's right.
That's
Perfect for Klingons.
Chak tu kapra.
Schach mich mag du, kaplash mich, fush mich Anna. Yes, I don't speak Klingon, but I do respect the fact that Rebecca Romaine had to sing that whole thing in Klingon. But you know what? Let's show our respect now. Oh, never mind. I thought it was gonna be the slide. I don't like this dude for Scotty. I mean, I've made it clear I don't like Ortega that much, but they were just a bad team to lead this episode. I think this episode had potential. This was a good concept.
Yeah, it could have been.
I just don't think these guys were funny enough to pull it off. These guys didn't have the charisma to pull off The Hangover.
That shirt that Scotty wore, that's some shit that we would wear right now. Wasn't futuristic at all.
I just think his character is lame.
I did like that Tribble running around.
Yeah.
That looked pretty good.
That was the other thing.
Oh, and this is IGN. So IGN is usually one who's on board with loving everything Alex Kurtzman does. Now they're even criticizing. In episode 3, we are reminded that humor is indeed a difficult concept. Basically saying it's not funny.
Yeah, big time.
It's difficult. It is difficult. You can't just think something's going to be funny because you're copying a classic funny movie and that you're automatically going to be funny. I know. Let's go to the next one. Star Trek actor reacts to singing Klingon in Strange New Worlds hangover episode. She pulled off the memorable moment despite feeling completely overwhelmed. Article from Stephen Thrash. Star Trek Strange New Worlds served up its third straight home run. Oh, let me read that again. Did I not read this the first time I clipped this article? Strange New Worlds served up its third straight home run. This is not its third straight home run. This was not a home run.
Hell no.
There was one. I did like one episode, and it was the one about going back in time and killing the dinosaurs and destroying that planet that was between Mars and Jupiter or Saturn. Fifth rock from the sun, whatever it was. There was one home run this season. I ain't even going to sugarcoat it. There was one good episode this season. I really liked the episode where they went back in time, even though it started off kind of dumb. It could have been a little better, but I'll still call it a home run. I'm not going to call it a grand slam. I'm not even going to call it a 2-run homer. I'm just going to call it a home run. It was a good episode. It was a really good episode. But honestly, what was the other episode? This is episode 3? What was the other episode?
1?
What was the other episode about? I can't even remember the other episode. I know I didn't like it. Magix, what was the other episode of Strange New Worlds this season?
See, he forgot too.
They went back in time. That was one. And then there was this one.
The one.
The one.
Well, there's only been 4.
Well, no, we're
Maybe
on
it was
episode 3.
1.
What was episode 1? No, episode 1, they went back in time.
The one was episode 2.
That's what I'm asking you. It must have sucked because none of us can remember it.
Hold on.
Oh my God, I don't remember
Event Horizon episode. I knew Trekbot would get that.
Wait, what was it about?
It was the zombies, all the dead people. That
the horror. The horror.
That's
Yeah.
right.
The scary episode, which was not scary in any sense of the word. There was no scariness about it.
isn't it terrible?
It was scary enough for you to
we
forget.
can't even think of it.
Okay, that episode was bad. This episode was bad. So whoever wrote this article, Stephen Thrash, 1 home run, in my opinion, and 2 strikeouts.
I'm not going to agree with that.
I know. You're going to say maybe like a double or a single, right?
No, I'm going to say the first 2 were... All right, so the first one, Dinosaur one, definitely a home run over
Okay.
the center field.
We're there.
Bam, it's
We're
gone.
allies. Happy heart fingers to you.
The zombie one with the dead person, that's an in the park home run. That hit the wall, bounced around, and there were some errors on the other team. And he made it to the home plate. It was infield home run. This one,
A walk.
stand up double.
Stand up double. Wow.
Stand up double.
Look at that. Look at
Like-
you throwing baseball terms around.
Like there was no pressure. No one almost got you out. You weren't going anywhere past
Like
second base.
it bounced in that corner of Chase Field where you can't get to it quickly and you're easily going to make a double.
Yeah, you're going to get the double, but you're pushing it if you try for a triple, and you're definitely not going to make it to home plate.
All right.
So I'm going to go stand up double.
All right. Magic's broke down the first 3 episodes of how he feels. What's your thought on the first 3 episodes? Dinosaur back in time. We killed the dinosaurs. The Enterprise destroyed the dinosaurs and destroyed some planet.
That was a good one. That was a home run.
All right. Home run. What do you think about the next one with the horror? Too bad it's not horror. I would have liked an episode with a whore. But no, it's supposed to be horror. Horror.
Horrors.
The Griffin.
Hordivores. It was the
Horace
Hordivores.
de Veers.
The horror, it wasn't. It was good. It was.
What'd you get? You gave it a good score, though.
What did I give it? I don't remember. 5 or something.
Yeah.
Nah, you were higher than that. I
think you gave it like a
said,
7.
it was significant. It wasn't a home run. It would have been better if they aired it around Halloween at a scarier time. It's the middle of summer. It feels out of place. If he had done it later in the fall, even, I could totally see this being stand up triple. Stand up triple.
Trekbot says he thought the first 2 were bad, but this one is worse. The other 2 are the Wrath of Khan compared to this one.
Yeah, you gotta. So that's the fucked up part is you gotta scale down. So as
That's why it
each
just
new
made
episode
Academy
comes
so
out,
much better.
As each new episode comes out, you gotta reevaluate your scores.
Right. Because it's a curve. It's a life curve.
And then the Muppet episode's coming out.
Right. You know what? Compared to this one, we might be praising the Muppet episode as a relief to what we just saw. But hold on, everybody. I got a treat for you.
We're gonna tap. As soon as we get up to
We're going to risk a copyright strike.
It was touching. I cried.
Yeah, she does have a nice voice.
who's singing the backup?
Yeah,
Or is
I
that
don't
just
know.
a backtrack?
Maybe it's wait, is there any dude on the ship? This
don't
ship
know.
is so
That's the thing.
female heavy.
Not
Maybe
like
it's
Discovery.
Mbenga. Is it Mbenga? That would be funny if it's Mbenga. Because he was playing bartender. I kind of like Mbenga, but the whole super soldier thing is just so weird to me. It's
Look,
like,
man, why is it
you've got
weird?
the super soldier serum. Be a super soldier.
You can't do that all the time, dude. It's just like you can't have your best cut person on the cut every weekend. You're going to burn them out. It's just not going to happen.
IB prefers Klingon opera or Shakespeare in the original Klingon. I'm not hating on Una Chin Riley, though. And we're looking forward to seeing her in Avengers Doomsday later this year as Mystique. So you know she had to get in shape for that. Because don't they... Well, I think they CGI'd her this time, but in the old days...
Do you see anything in there you like? You're going to have to blow it up.
Oh my God, what is this?
That is our sponsor, our new sponsor.
Oh, snap, yeah.
Crewman Willie.
Crewman Willie?
He just texted me that.
I see a Cutwater at the bottom there.
All right. Which one?
White Russian.
White Russian
Or Banana Mudslide.
or Banana Mudslide?
I had a Banana Mudslide last night on the pod, on the Technically on Sound.
There's a Cutwater
It
Pina
was
Colada.
fucked up.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Which one?
Pina Colada.
Pina Colada?
Is it 13%? Because I don't mess around.
I don't know.
It's got to be at least 13%.
Oh, there's a strawberry margarita.
Strawberry margarita?
Long Island tea.
I don't know. Long Island, no, I can't do that.
No,
I'll wake up not remembering my name. All right.
Pina Colada and what?
All right, since we've got mixed
Pina
feelings
colada.
on the episode, let's do a quick rating of Una Chin Riley's performance of Total Eclipse of the Heart in Klingon. I'm going to go first. I'm going to give it an 8.6. I liked it. That was the highlight of the episode for me, her singing that Total Eclipse of the Heart. Who wants to go next and rate that performance?
I'll go 9. You
Damn.
didn't even hear a Klingon accent.
No, you didn't.
No, she was good.
Magix, what are you giving Una Chin Riley singing Total Eclipse of the Heart?
Damn, I don't have it here, but I give it a 10. Motherfucking 10.
Okay. You know what? Damn, now it makes me feel bad. I should have went higher. What'd you give it, a 9?
9.
Damn, I went 8.6.
She was good.
Damn. And I really liked it. I don't know if anything's going to come along better than that.
She needed some background dancers.
You know what she ought to do as a side project? Make a whole album
There,
and sell that shit on Spotify.
there you go. Now
Because your
you're talking.
Trekkies will pick up on that. I ain't even going to
Oh,
lie.
yeah. Yep.
Apple Music will blow up with that. You know what? They ought to put that Total Eclipse of the Heart in Klingon on Apple Music. I bet it'll sell like crazy. We'd buy it for the show. Okay.
She can retire from Starfleet.
No, she got to stay. She's still doing movies. Her husband is a low income. He's doing the cartoon, Lower Decks. Right?
Nah,
He's-
dude. He's got mad money coming in.
No, I
How
know.
many residuals he got? How much
From
residual
what
he got from?
what's he got residuals from iCarly?
Nah, from Lean on Me, dude. Her husband is.
No, I
is
know.
Oh, yeah.
The dude from Lean on Me, or not Lean on Me. Boy, is it Lean on Me?
Yeah, you're right. I can't think of the guy's name.
No,
Yeah.
it's not Lean on Me. Lean on Me is the one.
It's the
with,
funny guy.
Mr. Clark.
Yeah, it's not Samuel L. Jackson.
No, it's not even Samuel Jackson. Lean on Me is Morgan Freeman.
Oh, they're not the same person.
What is
Stand
the
by
one with
me.
Will
Stand by
Wheaton?
me.
Stand by Me. That's right. Yeah.
Damn, was he like 2 years old when he made that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Rebecca Romaine has been in a lot of movies too. But no,
Yeah.
what's her name? Husband's name is Jerry something.
And she
Jerry
was,
I was gonna say Jerry Maguire, but it's not.
I think she was married
Jerry
to
O'Connell.
Yes,
Jerry O'Connell. And Stamos, wasn't she?
she was. Well, yeah, because she was, for many years
Stamos?
she was Rebecca Romaine Stamos. Yeah, and I get it. It's John Stamos, a good-looking guy. Damn, I'd marry the dude. and I'm straight. Do you ever see those TikToks where the dudes show each other pictures and say, "Do you think he's gay or straight?" Yeah. And everybody's like, "That dude gay."
Yeah, and then they show that guy that's saying that dude gay.
It's like the most straight looking dude is like, "That dude gay." That dude gay as hell. His eyes look gay. He's standing gay. Look at the way his hands are. They're gay. It's official. Star Wars ruined Star Trek. Ruined. You bunch of ruiners. Back in the 90s, Star Trek absolutely dominated the airwaves. Did they, though? The Next Generation was such a monster hit. Was it, though? That it spawned 2 more successful spinoffs. Yes, we won't argue that. The golden age of Star Trek petered. Petered? What kind of word is that? Petered out with Enterprise. Years later, Paramount tried to bring the magic back with shows like Discovery and Strange New Worlds. Unfortunately, the new Trek era has been decidedly hit or miss. There are many reasons for this, but the one that everybody overlooks is the prequel problem. Namely, once Star Trek went all in on prequels, the writers began making the same mistake Star Wars did. Everybody knows I hate the prequels.
Wait. What's the mistake that Star Wars made?
Well, we have to read the whole
articles
article.
like this and don't finish it.
I know, because the article is just too long. I can't paste it all here.
Yeah, okay, so then TLDR that shit. What is the mistake that they made?
Well, I didn't read it. I just pasted it.
That's like saying, hey, you know what they say about that?
Well, they put Jar Jar Binks in there.
Well, the article said something about,
That's the only thing that I remember.
Well, here's what the article said. I remember reading some of it. They went into too much detail about things like, why did Darth Vader have to be the one to build C-3PO? You know, it's like, which I kind of like that.
Yeah,
I like the fact that Darth Vader owned and built C-3PO. I thought that was cool to know.
TrekBot says the prequel problem.
Prequel.
What
I
is
don't
the
like
prequel
prequels
problem?
myself because it always leaves that thing. It always leaves the possibility of you wanting to do something.
I don't think George Lucas knew it was going to turn out to be such a great hit like that.
Yeah. I mean, the Star Wars prequels were fine.
You think?
The Star Trek prequels were not.
When Lucas did Star Wars, he always knew it was going to be a 9-episode franchise with three story arcs. He always knew it, and he just said it was like I literally made what I made, what I could make, and then I had to wait for technology to catch up. And I get how people hate prequels because you're locked into a box. You can't ever do anything else. But what you can do is, and they're doing it in Marvel's fucking Avenger right now, is create branches that you never knew existed.
Yeah, but
Like
Marvel's
right now
kind
with
of
Star
cheating.
Trek.
Marvel's cheating with multiverse.
Okay, you don't even have to do a multiverse. What I'm saying is, you have a Star Trek, the last episode of Star Trek that came out as far as timeline goes is Picard Season 3. That's from the Star Trek era that we have. And then you jump forward to Starfleet Academy. There is a whole gap of thousands of years that you can
24.6 thousand
that have never been done before. You have the story of what did Discovery do when she went into the past that no one's ever talked about.
Wait, Discovery was not. Discovery was from the past.
Discovery was from the past, right? Discovery was from the past. What did they do in the future? They never went further than that. Although you do know Tilly and some of the other ones show up at Starfleet Academy, but there's other shit like, okay, you can carry this story on, and it's technically in the past. So at the end of Picard, 7 is on the new Enterprise. There's no story there. It technically is going to be a prequel if they ever do it.
No, that's not a prequel. Wait, what are you talking about? That's a prequel. That's not a prequel.
We already have an established timeline of Starfleet Academy as chronologically the latest show with 2 seasons. So anything that you have with 7, 9, Picard, anyone of the TNG era is going to be a prequel. It happened before then. But you could also do the prequel. Like, you want to do this whole episode with, or this series with Archer and how he became the fucking president. Okay. That you're not locked in anything. You just know you can't send Archer off to the future unless you conveniently say, okay, well, he got picked up by Section 31 and he time travel.
But isn't that story going to talk about the creation of the Federation?
It is, but it could talk about anything. It's a story, and it's meant to be made up. Yeah. You're not locked into anything because
you're only locked into aligning with what eventually happens.
Yeah, you cannot make an episode and say, okay, Kirk doesn't die in Star Trek Generations. If you already set that as canon, and if you do that, then that means you're fucking around with the multiverse and you're cheating. Then we all know that this is not the same Kirk that we're talking about. Mm-hmm. In which case, we already know, like, the Kelvin Kirk is not the same because his father is alive and his mother's alive.
Yeah.
In Strange New Worlds, the newest Kirk. So we already know this is a totally different universe than the Kelvin timeline. So you're not really locked into anything. Star Wars, I think the problem what they did with their prequels is they changed people's inherent attitudes to align with today's society. So that's like taking Kirk, as much as I hate the Shat and shit on the Shat.
The Shat.
But that would be like taking the Shatner and all of a sudden saying he's an ally and that he's all for women's right and diversity and inclusion to the extreme of today's society, when you've already have dozens of movies and TV shows that show that is not that man's personality.
We need to get you centered on
So
camera.
to go back in time or go back into an era like right now and say that Kirk is, you're changing the character.
No, but listen, TrekBot says Archer was supposed to be future guy who was helping the Sullivan. I'd like to see how that happened in Archer series.
Suliban.
Suliban?
I want to know what happened today.
Helping the Sullivan.
Yeah, you said the Sullivans.
Well, that's what it says on the screen.
It says Sullivan. He meant Suliban.
Okay. I was reading it too quickly.
Like, what happened to the avians? Where are they at?
Fish people or fish?
Well,
because actually, as a matter of fact, that ties into the first episode with the dinosaurs. Because they said those species of Mars made it off the planet.
Let me make a comment.
Part of the Zindies.
I got a comment.
What if the dinosaurs are actually Zindi? Because
I have a comment.
Just Voyager. I know you have a comment.
All right, comment on Star Wars. Star Wars
for pussies.
Empire Strikes Back. Return of the Jedi. You're talking about 6 hours, right? Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. 6 hours. Then from 6 hours, they made another 6 hours of prequels. In the original 3 Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, to be honest, they didn't go into a lot of detail on anything. Because it was just action-packed, bang, bang, bang. It's mostly action, not a lot of talking. The prequels, I don't think the prequels did much damage. I don't think the prequels did any damage because nobody knew any better. The prequels were just, you know what? Here's the backstory. All right. But when it comes to Star Trek, here's the difference. You're talking about hours of episodes of Star Trek TOS, 3 seasons, 25 episodes a season. So you're talking about 75 hours. You're talking about TNG, DS9, and Voyager, 7 seasons, 25 episodes each. And you're talking about movies, Star Trek 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're talking about Generations. Then you're talking about First Contact. You're talking about like 800 hours of content that now you're going to make a prequel. There's so much detail in that 800 hours that, I mean, how can you fill in those gaps and still remain like correct based on the
storyline?
Based on the 800 hours of stuff that's already come out versus Star Wars only had 6 hours of stuff come out where there's really no backstory. But in the 800 hours of Star Trek content, there's a lot of backstory already. There's so much detail in Star Trek, so much history. Then when they go back and, you know, Enterprise was kind of the first prequel. Enterprise did okay. I mean, the whole thing where Xindi sliced Florida in half, you know, that probably should have come up in some other of the 800 hours of content. That would have been like a big deal, you know, at some point. Like, oh my God, the Xindi came in and sliced Florida in half, killed 4 million people. That would have been a big deal. You know, there's just, it's hard to do a prequel when you have so much content already to go against. How do you fit in a prequel without violating anything that's already happened? That was my comment. I'm sticking to it. That's why. All right, let's take a quick poll. Quick poll, panel and chat. Would you rather see another prequel, or would you rather see some continuation like a Star Trek Legacy concept where we pick up after Picard Season 3? Honest answers. Wait. Prequel or pick up after Picard Season 3?
Okay. All right, is that for us or just the chat?
That's for both. Panel and the chat.
Pick up Season 3. I need to see how my future ex-wife handles the future.
How 7 does 9. You get
what you did.
How 7 does
it.
9. Oh, hell. Thank you. That's what's called comedy right there.
Right.
Not that shit we saw last week. That's comedy. All right. PVG, what's your thoughts? Prequel or continuation of Picard Season 3?
Oh, definitely continuation. See where, you know, because it's already established. We're all familiar with it. Prequel, you know, we're just going to go and
rehash.
Yeah, rehash, argue, saying this is not going to...
I mean, there is some interesting prequel possibilities, but if I had a choice, I'd rather move forward.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an issue with a prequel. We're not because you can do a prequel. You can do a show that's a prequel that has never been done. And as long as you stick with certain rules, it's still a new, fresh show. Like you said, doing a show about how Archer becomes a president and how the Federation is actually formed. What happened 2 weeks after First Contact with Zeph and Cochran? You have the ability of doing a show like that, and it's going to be fresh and new. Mm-hmm. And as long as you don't automatically say, "Oh, well, warp cores are actually, you know, it's we came up with a nuclear explosion,
right?
With mushrooms." Because that's how.
The problem is the writers always want to throw something in, like, "Oh, by the way, this is Kirk's great-great-grandfather."
Yeah, then fuck those writers and use the Star Trek Bible, so to speak, and restrict your writers to what is known. Anything, if it's not known in there, like, you can't automatically come up and say, you know what, Kirk now has a sister.
Right. Because that's what those guys will do. Right. That's what those prequel guys will do.
Shit.
Yeah.
No, you got to fire those people or not hire them to begin with. Kirk didn't have a sister. You know,
that's what's happening right now.
Chief Scott says absolutely after Season 3 or anything else, that would not be a good prequel, or that would not be a prequel. Yes, agree. Thank you, Chief Scott. Willie says the problem with prequels, where do you start? And who's writing it and directing them? For sure.
like I said, I want to see a Starfleet. I want to see a show about the Makos.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to see. I want to see what happened after fucking First Contact. You know what? I want to see a show about World War III.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
It's called Silo.
How did they resolve it?
Silo's about to show that.
That's what I want to see. And at the same time, I also want to see because here's the problem and this is kind of, it's a saving grace. Why I almost want to say prequels right now, prequels may be better than new stories, as if you go with a new story with 7 and 9, you can't hold anyone to anything because none of it's known. It's all in the future. So if you all of a sudden want to say, well, 7 of 9 in her infinite wisdom decided that she wants to be truly Borg, and now she is now non-binary. She only goes by 7 of 9 adjunct to Unimatrix 01. She only answers to they, them, it. That's just dumb. And that's what you're allowing with a new writers. That's what you're allowing them to do. But you can't. You're just beating the shit out of your house. But you can't do that if you do a story about how McCoy and Kirk and Spock start their friendship. Because McCoy, you can't all of a sudden say McCoy is gay. Or McCoy is...
You can.
You can, but it's not going to work because of history. You have literally dozens of movies and shows that show something completely different. So you can't, just because you feel your show needs more diversity, you can't say Kirk is now gay. That's why you never see him have a wife or anything. And his whole womanizing is just him trying to cover up the fact. You can't do that. He had a kid.
For being gay.
Yeah.
Him and Sulu had a secret sword fighting fling.
That's not going to work. But if you say, well, 7 and 9 is this way, Geordi's daughters are this way, and now all of a sudden you can go anywhere by using bubblegum to string between two thumbnacks, and if you pluck in the middle at the right frequency and sing an ancient chant, you can now go warp 12. And there's nowhere anywhere that says you can't do that because it's not been written. So yeah, I kind of want to say it with fuck it, I'll say it. Just like today's show. Zero fracks given. Fuck those kids. They don't know shit. I'd rather watch something that is restricted to the heart of, and not the single-handed heart that Tom's
the
doing.
happy heart.
We need the two-handed. Yeah, we need the two-handed happy heart.
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party
for the Star Trek lore. Restrict them, dude. You gotta.
Oh, how we?
It's like a dog. You gotta put a fence around them.
Slamming it.
What are we at?
I don't want to interrupt it.
No, what are we at? How many likes?
Yeah, how many likes?
What's the taps looking like?
Look at that.
TikTok people, come on.
44.7 thousand.
44K. Damn, we blow up. We're blowing up on TikTok, everybody.
It's incredible.
I would like to see some. I wouldn't mind seeing a show about the time travel temporal investigations team on Star Trek. That could be interesting.
So that was the other thing. We talked about that Department 12.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could tie Division 12. I think that could tie into Section 31. Yeah. Because what if you have Division 12 added with Division 19?
Ooh, what if Division 12 is time travel?
Paranormal.
Oh, that's right. They're paranormal. Damn. Is there a lot of paranormal? I guess there might be in space.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the cast of The Pit are playing Star Trek on a charity table reading. Noah Wiley, who is famous for what's that? Dark Skies? Is that that show on
He
TNT?
was on Dark Skies. He's also on ER.
Yeah, ER. Wiley and his various fake TV doctors and nurses will soon be playing the fake doctors and starship captains of TV mainstay Star Trek. Specifically, the show's cast is signed on to do a live reading of the script for The Man Trap, the first broadcast episode of the original Star Trek series from all the way back in 1966 in a benefit show for the Writers Guild Foundation. Although the live event will be held at Los Angeles Lodge Room on August 30th, live stream tickets are also being sold, so the online hordes can watch Noah Wiley deploy his best William Shatner for the occasion. That was a 2-minute read,
with the
by the way.
Shat.
That was the article from William Hughes, Saturday, August 8th at 5:14 p.m. Central Daylight Time, by the way, is when he wrote that article. Or is when he
I wonder
published.
if that'll be free in later on.
Oh, later on, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone will link it.
If it was like Khan, I thought Khan was pretty good.
Oh,
like
maybe
that
it's
as well.
an audition. Maybe Noah Wiley is going to be. Maybe this is some kind of a foreshadowing. Because everybody likes Noah Wiley. Maybe he'll be the next Kirk in movies. Because you know what, this dude that's playing Kirk right now in Strange New Worlds, I don't know if I'm feeling this dude.
They did such a good job on casting Pike, Uhura, Spock, Kirk not so much,
Nurse Chapel.
Scotty not so much, Nurse Chapel they did a great job.
La'an.
Well, yeah, La'an, of course. But yeah, if they bring in someone like Noah Wiley for a Star Trek movie, man, that could be a banger. A banger, I say. By the way, speaking of Star Trek movies, because it's the 60th anniversary, AMC and Cinemark are going to be putting on episodes and movies in theaters in the month of September.
You going?
No, it's not going to be around here, I don't think.
What is the thing in O'Fallon? Marcus. Isn't it?
Marcus, yeah. It used to be something else like Wallenberger or something.
Oh, Warenberger.
Warenberg. Yeah, not big time though. Yeah, remember they used to do those dumb things.
Yeah.
A new paradigm in theater.
Warenberg.
That thing was awful. I used to hate getting there early. All right, so no one's going to any of these. Oh, that's end of document. Well, we shared. Sharing's over. Sharing is caring, by the way. Holy cow, I finished this whole moonshine.
Oh, my.
Wait, why does Magic's look so narrow?
He's a narrow guy.
Why is your screen cropped?
I thought he was frozen.
He's self-cropping.
Oh,
He's self-cropping.
look at that. He lost 20 pounds.
Because he's working on his own. He's working on his OBS scenes.
Yeah,
What
he
does
did say he
what
was
does it look
working.
like? Oh yeah. See, I'm trying to make a 9x16 portrait screen
There you go.
for vertical. And yes, I'm not centered. need to
Trekbot
adjust
says
the
a Star Trek anthology show about Department 12, temporal investigations, and
Division
other Trek
12.
events. It says
I know, but
Depth 12.
Could've
Are
sworn
you
they said-
correcting Trekbot?
Yeah, but that's about the only thing. It was Division 12.
Trekbot, though, man.
I know.
Look, man.
He's like AI.
I
All right, you know
think-
what? They
you know
probably
what?
got it wrong. Trekbot is right.
You know
Never
what?
mind.
I like that
Division 12.
idea. I like the idea of a anthology show about all the different divisions
Yeah.
because they're going to have a first contact division.
Mhm.
You're going to have a follow up division for like second contact. Yet Division 12 paranormal activity, Division 30 or Sector 31 because they had to be different. They didn't want to be clumped together. They're the snooty of the snooty when it comes to the little secret divisions. Either that or they all got merged together. Oh shit, son. because you took 3 departments and you made them one. Section 31. Booyah.
There you go. That's a prequel right there.
And that's a show you could do where you're not locked in.
Trekbot says, I keep saying department, but it is division.
Respect, brother.
Respect. Happy heart fingers for Trekbot.
Yes,
IB.
absolutely.
And a special one-handed happy heart for his Asian wife. I know. It's so disrespectful.
Jeez.
In the club, we all fam.
Oh, my God. I'm Filipino, by the way. God. I can get away with some things, but not a lot.
I'm Dutch Indonesian.
Me and Manny Pacquiao, we go way back. Hey, you know who else is Filipino?
I knew that was going to happen.
You know, hey, you know who else is Filipino? Sophia Rain.
Magics?
Sophia Rain. She's like the most money-making OnlyFans girl in the world.
No, she's just a porn actress.
I know, but she's making like $100 million a year.
Straight prawn, no filter.
But making money. If your lady was making $100 million a year, would you turn the other cheek on how she was making it?
Would I turn her other cheek still? Is that
think
what you're
about
asking?
that?
Probably.
That Winnebago.
I know. Shit.
Think about that Winnebago.
I'd be retired right about now.
I know. I mean, if my wife could get away with making that kind of money, I would not be working. And if I was working, I would not be caring about the work quality output. I'd be saying to hell to my boss.
But she would have to be doing it solo, though.
What?
I don't think.
Now you're putting stipulations on there?
I don't think either one of you would do it.
How much money would it take to just turn the other cheek?
Oh, she is watching. Son of a...
You're busted, dude.
Oh, I'm sleeping in the Winnebago tonight.
I don't think either one of you.
I hope you got that toilet working in there.
5-gallon bucket, buddy.
Yeah, you don't need no toilet.
I got a cornfield.
You got wildlife. You got nature.
Yeah, I got cornfields.
Yeah, I don't think either one of you would do it.
Sure hope the AC.
Well, I would only do it if I had to. And I've already warned the spouse that, look, if I ever hit hard times at my job and I lose my job to a foreigner or whatever the case may be, we will have to put you on some kind of work plan.
That Kanye workout plan?
And if we want to maintain our lifestyle, like if we want to pay for the electricity that it takes to run this pool pump,
oh God,
and that's an expensive electric bill.
I'm fortunate that JBG is able to retire right now.
Yeah, see?
And she does stuff on the side, you know, substitute teach and
there you go.
Teach writing lessons and
there you go. We allies to all those side jobs.
I'm probably still sleeping in the Winnebago.
Yeah, you haven't made up for it yet. You can try though. Keep trying.
It's not gonna happen.
Nah, you might as well. Just maybe she'll at least take out some blankets for you or something. No. Maybe she can take out a couple.
She's gonna leave you a plate of
blankets. It's gonna be 200 degrees in that Winnebago.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a blanket,
plate of
though.
Uncooked hot dogs and some sandwich bread.
Pigs in a blanket with raw biscuit.
Man, yesterday I had 2 bologna sandwiches with mustard. Gosh,
that was good.
Yeah, to me it was. I love that.
Oh no, Crewman Patty made me some hot dogs yesterday, and they were actually hitting the spot.
Yeah,
with some of that Sweet Baby Ray's on there.
And not a champagne and caviar.
You pretty much put Sweet Baby Ray's on any kind of meat.
Oh, yeah.
And it's up to the next level.
You could put it on a shoe, man. That stuff tastes good.
It does cover up pretty much anything. You can put some Sweet Baby Ray's on a lot of stuff, and it does, it hides a lot of mistakes.
Magix, do you have that over in your side of the woods?
Everybody got
Sweet
Sweet
Baby Ray's?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yes, I'm. That's part of the Camp 8 expanded universe.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started Camp 8, I wanted it to be like the MCU, a 3-part trilogy. So it started out with a seasoning, and then went to a marinade, and that was going to lead to the fried rice and chicken wings. But I also wanted to do a sauce, like a barbecue sauce. So I wanted to make a barbecue sauce. And the problem with Sweet Baby Ray's is, in order to get it sweet, it takes a lot of sugar, a lot of sweetener. So I'm trying to find a way to make the barbecue sauce sweet with some of the flavors of Camp 8 with a little kick. I want to make a regular one, which is very bland, but I know a lot of people like just sweet barbecue sauces. But I want to make one that's sweet and got some kick to it, which is where the whole marinade, original marinade came from. So, but yes, I do like some Sweet Baby Ray's, and I'm thinking I may have some, I got some hot dogs, or I have some hot links in the fridge.
Man.
And I haven't had dinner today, or I haven't actually eaten anything. I had a couple of nuggets.
See, I'm still wondering what Crewman Patty's going to have waiting for us after the episode, because now it's just a tradition that there's a hot meal waiting for us. By the way, Chief Scott's asking if what is this hovering right there? Is that no? That's a bug. Chief Scott says, "Is Pastor Allen listening?" I hope not. You've said a bad word.
I didn't.
Bad word.
Bad word sayer.
No, I'm
That's
good.
what Kid used to say every time she was around me.
You said shit.
But no, if he's watching,
Is it okay to say shit?
be sure to like and subscribe. But
To
I'm
the
not
Lord?
perfect. I'm not perfect. I'll be the
You
first
say
one
it's
to admit.
okay. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Lord.
I know, but it's not close enough to me where I can hit it. I still can't reach it. That bug will not get any closer to me. It's going so slow, too. What is that?
I don't know.
Oh, it didn't pop.
Maybe it's so small.
It might have fit through the cracks of this zapper. Okay. Oh, Willie says you can't sugarcoat it now. But, yeah, hey, Pastor Allen, if you're listening, happy hard fingers to you. I hear that you're doing good things out there
Yeah,
at First Methodist.
Absolutely.
And I did watch a little bit, and it was looking good, looking nice. It's a little bit early for me,
But
you
should come. I can use you in the sound booth.
in the sound booth.
Yes.
Well, hey, if you ever need me in the sound booth, let me know. But if you just want me to hang out, that's a little early. But if you do need me, I will be there. Wait, what's happening with Magix? Why does he looks like we're looking?
It's like a deck of
What
cards.
is happening here?
There he goes.
Kinda. It looks like it's a TikTok screen.
Oh, you're in. I can use you in the sound booth.
Hey,
I'll do the space
Hey,
bar.
look, if you need me in the sound booth, I'll help you.
There's stuff that
Because you helped me. I know you went to help me out with some of my DJ work, mostly to see all the
stop right there, buddy.
to see all the technology.
Stop right there,
to see the
buddy.
technology.
Yes, absolutely. Gosh,
There.
I'm so sleeping in the RV
So,
tonight.
no.
Technology.
So I grabbed a filter for, it's not a filter, it's a frame actually, to see how your streams are going to look on TikTok so that you can make your layout accordingly.
Yes.
So you could be like, there's hearts in the
How are we
icons
looking on
the
TikTok?
side.
Hold on, let's see.
Are your fingers on
73.1 thousand.
Dang, we are blowing up.
Yeah.
Hey, we're
Where are you
big
getting
time.
that number
everybody.
from?
Top left quarter. Technically,
Oh, wait, are we? Wait, what, are we behind TikTok?
Hey,
Is your
it's-
TikTok? Are you watching live TikTok?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is because TikTok doesn't ever get recorded, so it's only live. Unless you post a video.
3, 4.
You said next week is the puppet episode?
Yeah. David, hey, I want to give a shout out to David the Hypnotist.
David the Hypnotist?
Yes.
Happy heart fingers to you, David the Hypnotist. Why are we giving a shout out to him?
Because he says Kirk and Strange New Worlds look like Jim Carrey.
He does. We've said that
Yes,
before. We've
yes.
said that before.
So my TikTok, when I'm watching our live stream right now, it's at the point where you said give the ranking for her singing, where I say I give her a 10, a motherfucking 10. That just now played on the TikTok.
Dang,
feed.
you're way behind.
That's how far behind it is. I'm like, shit.
But hey, for Pastor Allen, we only use good language. Oh, by the way,
I know. I'm not even gonna front. I don't use good language. I cuss.
Chief Scott.
I pray for him every day.
I hope Chief Scott. I saw him post something about his pickles.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's got.
They're awesome.
Yeah, he's got a lot of pickles. So if anybody needs pickles, check in with Chief Scott on those pickles.
If you ever see him, next time you see him, ask him about the story about how he got the recipe.
From you?
No. It's an interesting story, and he is carrying on
A tradition.
a tradition. Yeah.
Okay.
Really cool.
I saw he had a lot of farm equipment for sale.
Yeah.
I do need a trailer, but I need one that has sides. I saw he had a tilt trailer. I need a trailer with sides for my four-wheelers and for my zero turn in case I need to take it to the shop.
Did you hear that? Chief
Nah,
Scott?
you don't need a trailer with sides. Just put on some tie down points. Drive that bitch up there and
I
be done.
know.
Because
Because
here's the
Chief
problem
Scott's
with you
got a
get a
trailer like
trailer.
that. Chief Scott's got a trailer for sale with no sides.
yeah, when you get a
you
trailer
don't
with
need
sides, you're locking yourself in by bounding on the side.
I
So
know,
you
but-
can't
But
mount
there's a
anything that
safety
can hang
aspect to
off.
it too.
Well,
You,
then
you don't need all that. You don't need all that stuff if you have sides. You don't need tie downs.
You what?
I mean, it's good to have tie downs. I hear what you're saying.
You need to have tie down points on anything you put on a trailer. Or you're just one of those guys that's just like,
No, I'll put on my
willy-nilly.
He's that guy.
I'll put on my emergency brake.
you're that guy that's just got to drive
But
around.
it's
and be
just a
like, yeah, it's
mower.
fine.
Yeah.
It's a mower.
He live at a trailer park.
It's a mower.
Yeah, it's a mower. That means it's weight. It's got heft to it.
No, you're right. I almost lost a four-wheeler once because I didn't have sides on a trailer, and the four-wheeler was bouncing around, and it eventually got to the point where it was on the very back edge, about to fall off, and I had to pull over and move it back to the top portion of the trailer.
Traveled from Phoenix to El Paso, Texas, with 3, 6, 9, 10, with 10 bikes on a trailer, no sides, only use tie downs, more secure.
No, tie downs are your best bet.
Heck yeah.
I'm not going to argue with tie downs. That is the best option.
So here's the other reason why I would not get a trailer with sides. Shit blows and gets caught up on the sides of your trailer.
I am a city slicker at heart. Even though I was born in the country, I was raised as a city slicker. I've spent many years in Phoenix.
Slicking cities.
I was very slick in the city. But we will wrap now because we've got hot food waiting. Closing thoughts, PVG?
The puppet episode is next week.
I'm actually looking forward to it now after this episode.
Yeah, maybe we'll
Can
have
it get worse?
You know, I wonder
Yes.
if we can have a...
It always does get worse.
Absolutely. I wonder if we can have a puppet guest, JVG? Crewman JVG?
A puppet. Or
Beep, beep,
or yeah, one of the qualified puppeteers.
Yeah. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more.
Do you know a puppeteer?
I do.
All right.
Look, she got done.
But do you know the puppeteer? Wait, better question is, are you still going to be on good terms with that puppeteer once you get home?
I hope so.
That's true. I don't think there's been a lot of damage done. Do you really think I'm going to let one of my underage puppeteers come on your show? Oh, come on. We're good people. We're good people here.
I'm thinking about the puppet master herself.
Oh, the master of puppets. Is that a word you guys use, master?
Look.
You guys don't use the word master of puppets?
No.
Oh.
Bam. Oh, Magic
Magic uses the word lore master.
Lore master.
What?
All right, we're going to wrap now. We're 2 minutes over.
Virginia.
Our food's getting cold. Let's give a thanks to TrekBot, of course, Chief Scott, Crewman Sherry,
in the house.
Crewman Jackie. We appreciate you guys. And in TikTok, to our 70,000. Wait, was it 70,000 or 50,000?
No, it's 33,000.
33,000.
It's 33,000.
Well, you tricked me. I was
like, what room are you looking at where you got 70,000 views?
84.8 thousand right now.
Oh, 84,000.
That's 84 times that you clicked, but look at the actual feed at the top.
Well, look how tired his fingers are, though.
Oh, no.
His fingers are tired.
I'm not. Did it look like you've been swimming in the pool, making drawings?
They're kind of like gelatinous looking.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go eat now.
All right, folks, tap, and
tap, everybody. Don't forget to follow. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, TrekBot. You're our #1 guy.
Got to get to 35,000 for us to end the stream. We can't end the stream until we get 35,000.
Thursday night, watch Strange New Worlds. That way we can talk about it in depth and give our reviews. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thanks to our Twitch audience, if there was one. Thanks to our TikTok audience.
Oh, snap. Hold on. Let me see if there was a
Now
Twitch
we
audience.
going. We got to go. Crewman Patty's waiting. Peace out, everybody.
You ain't gotta
Deuces.
do shit.
We got to go.
TrekBot, adios.
Oh,
Bye
you're
bye.
not even on.
Thanks, Chief Scott.
Hold on.